The Stooges, Jack Tripper, and the Amigos. If there's one thing Hollywood has taught us, it's that the best things in life come in threes. Also, that they're horrible, horrible people. But the dinosaurs of yesteryear are fading into the darkness, making way for new media to reveal to us the three pillars of social media marketing success. Follow these three pillars, and you're sure to get more reach, more views, and more engagement. The holidays may be over, folks, but we are ready to jump into 2020 as we share with you the three pillars of social media marketing success. Stay tuned. It's the Social Media Lab Live.
Are you ready to use science to bust some myths in the social media ecosystem?
Great Scott!
Welcome to the Social Media Lab Live, brought to you by Agorapulse, where our social media scientists experiment on real accounts to crack the code on social media success for your business.
Type 5 to subscribe to the show.
Now your hosts, Owen Video and Scott Ayers.
Hey, welcome back to the Social Media Lab Live, the very first episode of the new year. And we are so excited to be here with you as our technology breaks down live on Facebook and on YouTube. You're watching the Social Media Lab Live, where social media professionals like you get to bust the myths, the rumors, and the stories of social media marketing with science. We're live every Wednesday at 9 a.m. PST on Facebook and on YouTube, and you can join the tribe when you give me 5. That's right, just type 5 into the comment section right now, and you'll get access to join the Social Media Lab Lounge, where you'll get insider access, contribute to the show, and join us in our private group for social media nerds just like you. So type 5 into the comment section now. I'm Owen Video, your host, MC, and I'm here with the #1 social media scientist, Mr. Scott Ayers.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Our show today is powered by Agorapulse. Agorapulse is the #1 social media management tool for social marketers and small businesses. If you want to schedule your posts, respond to comments, get more customers, all from one easy-to-use interface, you've got to run over to getagorapulsenow.com. Sign up for a free trial, and then after you've done your trial, use a coupon code LIVE, and you'll get your first month free just for watching here on the Social Media Lab Live. So make sure you go to agorapulsenow.com right after the show. Don't do it right now. Do it after the show.
Don't do it now. That would be, I think.
That's rude.
Carnal, like just a carnal sin. I think it was featured in that movie 7. It was like gluttony, pride, and then Xing out of Social Media Lab Live. So I think Kevin Spacey was great in that movie. Hey, it's the first show of the new year, right, and I want to ask you, what is your big, hairy, audacious goal for 2020? We call it a BHAG, right? A big, hairy, audacious goal, right? A big orange hairy audacious goal, if you will.
I thought that's what you called your mother-in-law.
He's kidding, Velma. He's kidding. What is your big hairy audacious goal? My wife is over here cracking up.
I knew she was in there. That's why I said
What is your big hairy audacious goal for 2020? Let us know in the comment section right now. Is it to make more money? Is it to donate more to charity? Is it to lose weight? Is it to, go deeper in your relationships? We would love to hear from you and join you in that accountability, because setting goals and moving forward is something that's always very important to the social media professional. I'm excited to be here. We've had just an incredible holiday season. It's nice, right, I think, to kind of tear down the Christmas tree, put the champagne away, and move into 2020 and sort of be done with the holidays. Are you guys done with the holidays, Scott, over at your house?
Finally, like I'm the Christmas wackadoodle. I'm like, our house. We had 9 Christmas trees in our house inside. What? We had 8 or 9 inflatables in the yard and lights everywhere. So like, I hated taking them all down. It took me like 2 hours just to take down the outside. It was so much, but yeah, it's all down now. My goal is to be like the Griswold, Chevy Chase with that. He gets the lights and plugs them in and it explodes. And
that's true.
Our neighbors are probably annoyed by us every day because it was so bright. And we just moved into this house. It's the first Christmas we've had at this house.
So you're
like, it was so bright. Like, we're the only house in the block that was really decorated until like right before Christmas. I think one of our neighbors like finally got guilted in enough by his 9-year-old that he put out some decorations because he kept looking at all of our stuff going, Dad, we don't have anything in our yard. Yeah.
I refuse to capitulate, right? Like first of all, I don't want anyone to know where I live. Okay, so I'm really big on that. My kids are like, can we decorate the outside? I'm like, no. People might look at our house, and I don't even want people. I don't even like the garbage men staying out of my house for too long. Like even the gardeners, I close all the windows, and I'm just like, I enjoy my anonymity because I don't have much. You know what I mean? I put myself out there all the freaking time. But here's the thing, like you decorate your house for the holidays and everyone gets to see it but you.
Right.
We like to decorate inside the house.
Yeah, we do both. We do both. Yeah. Well, you're worried about people peeking through the windows and watching you do karaoke or something too, probably.
No, it's okay. All right.
I've seen something recently.
It's true. The best gift that we got this year was a karaoke mic from my dad. And we're a big karaoke family. We went a little nuts. Check this out. Far, we've been traveling far without a home, but not without a star. So this is me doing my Neil Diamond, America. It's one of my favorite songs of all time, and I'm showing my kids how to do karaoke like a boss. You know what I mean? It's like, hey. This is me. See, again, it's me closing the kitchen because I don't want you to see what's going on in my kitchen, right? Like my stew is my stew, right? You have no business peeking into my stew. But I'll tell you, this was a lot of fun because the microphone really amplifies the voice and the lyrics are playing on the TV. But it got really good when I hopped on my hoverboard. Can we show that? I got a hoverboard for Christmas from my kids, which has actually greatly bruised me. But at one point, I actually get on the hoverboard. You can hear my wife cracking up in the background. And so we had a lot of fun. Is it wrong that I'm cracking myself up?
Your insurance agent does not want to see this video.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, my doctor was like, what are you doing?
I was like, you missed it. It was off. I was just like going... I was getting into it. Yeah.
Had a lighter up.
I didn't have. George DeMantis was, going a little nuts there in the comments. He didn't like that.
He's a good guy.
I think he was envious. Is what
he probably was. Envy is, I think, one of those sins too. You got to watch out. Greg Little is saying that his goal this year is to make more income. Josh Mady Fernandez is saying his goal this year is to give more and to travel more. Whereas my old friend Scott Marcus is saying you look like Neil on steroids. So. I always appreciate illegal drug jokes on the show. I think it's a nice mix.
Well, steroids aren't illegal unless you're like a football player.
Great to see you, Scott Marcus and Josh Mady. So glad to have you guys out there. Jeremy Vesh, Charmaine Miller, Ryan Perry, Darian Hill, Eugene Bopa, Deborah Schroeder logging in. So good to see you guys here. Fatir Saeed, Daniel Hay Cohen is saying nice, and commenting on. Our microphones. Jason Shea, our man in Seattle, logging in. George DeMantis is saying, why would Agorapulse torture their top fans by showing Owen doing karaoke? I appreciate the positivity, George. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you, George DeMantis. Sarah Monroe is saying, make it stop. Is that a goal for 2020, or is that in response to the karaoke? George is saying. Jason Webster is out there saying Happy New Year, and our good friend Dustin Stout is logging in. By the way, Dustin Stout posted bail and was able to celebrate Christmas with his family. So it was nice. It was nice, Dustin, that they let you out. I'm just kidding around. Sarah Monroe is logging in again saying her goal this year is focus. Folks, I want to hear your goals for 2020, but not just like your goal. What's the big thing? Some people say it's your big word. What's the big thing? I'll tell you, I'll be, real for us, me personally, it's 7-figure business. We have been bouncing around in the high 6 figures for a while. We've been really complacent with that. And we are ready to just break through the mold and become a 7-figure company. So I'd love to hear what your goals are for 2020, your big, hairy, audacious goals, to quote, who is it? John Maxwell, one of my favorite leadership coaches. And while you're thinking about your goals, we have an incredible show for you today. It's our very first show of the new year. And we're going to be talking about the 3 pillars for success of social media marketing in 2020. We've taken a look at the top 3 mediums, the written word, the spoken word, and live video, to uncover 3 truths that you can apply to your social media marketing promotion. And we're going to share these 3 pillars with you today. Sort of an interesting analysis here, Scott, because what you did is you took a look at some different things. I'll let you explain it. You took a look at 3 different areas of 3 different things, and we've got some of these pillars that we're going to be sharing with you at the end of each segment. So, Scott, share with us today sort of the study you did, the analysis. Get us started with our first rule, our first pillar of social media marketing success.
Yeah, it's the end of the year happened. We got the first of the year, so it's kind of, I wanted to look back and see what's worked for the lab. What kind of content has resonated with our audience, and then how do we use that in 2020 and kind of leverage that. So we looked at the blog, we looked at our podcast, and then we looked at our live video show to kind of see what were the top 3 of each of those. So we're kind of just going to go over some of those. So first, we're going to look at the top 3 visited blog posts of 2019 for the Social Media Lab. And the top one, I was actually surprised that this one was still at the top. This one gets us a lot of traffic, and it's really interesting. And it was a blog that I wrote entitled "The Scientific Proof of the Follow-Unfollow Strategy for Twitter and Instagram." So this is a little bit controversial topic. A lot of people aren't real big into that topic, and I looked over, and for some reason my computer with my watch parties just decided to shut down. So that's awesome.
Nice. Welcome to the first of the year, folks.
Right. Just wow. I see it on my other screens. We're shutting down. Maybe it won't. I don't know. So later. So I mean, the idea with this post, I wanted to test. If you follow a bunch of people on Instagram or Twitter, do they follow you back, and then go and unfollow everyone and kind of start over? And that's kind of what we did. And we won't dive in like the crazy details of the post. But it was an interesting, because no one wants to talk about this. I think most people in our industry especially don't like this. I had a lot of people push back on me and saying that, you shouldn't just follow people just hoping they follow you back. And so I want to kind of test that and see. And you can see what our hypothesis there was. I thought using this strategy is going to gain you more followers, but it's probably not going to help your engagement. Because a lot of times you're getting followers that are garbage. Maybe they're not interested in you. And then some people do have, especially on Twitter, I believe, and they're probably on Instagram too. There are people follow them, and they automatically follow them back with programs as well. So they're not actually specifically going and looking at you and choosing to follow you. But there are some that do. I know on my Instagram account, when someone follows me and I look at my notifications once a day or so, and I go, oh, who is this? I want to go see who they are. Yeah. I do the same thing like on TikTok right now. Because I get a very small following there, and I just started playing around with it. I'll see who follows me, and I'm going to go look at their profile. So I think there's still a lot of that mindset. You see someone follow, you're curious who they are, and then you want to go see if you want to follow them back. So that's what we did with this test. And we did it across, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, with 3 accounts on Twitter, 3 accounts on Instagram. Yeah. So we used a couple different accounts, and we did it for like a month or 2. This wasn't a short test. We did this for, I think in the Instagram accounts, I did it for 4 months. Actually, I just kind of let it run. And I'm not going to name the programs that I use, because some of them, obviously, this was done a little bit while back. So I think one of these programs is actually gone now. You got to be careful with these programs. Some of them do break the terms of service now when you use them, because you have to log into them. So again, I thought this would be one of those things that wouldn't prove to amount to a whole lot when we were said and done, and I wouldn't do it again. Yeah. But the data on it is pretty interesting, to say the least.
And we got a question coming in from Paul Duke, ESL, who's saying, is it true that we want dedicated fans and not just a ton of different followers?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's you want people who are going to be engaged with your content. If someone just following you just for the heck of it, who cares? I'd rather have 100 engaged followers than 10,000 people who never touch my content. Yeah. But there also is a little bit of validity in that whole, what's social proof.
Yeah. Having a ton of followers and a big list. I know that it's true for me. I do not adhere to the follow-unfollow strategy.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's not so much your followers or your subscribers. It's how many people are going to watch the next video or like, double tap the next Instagram post, right? Like you got 10,000 followers. When you post an Instagram post, you should be getting 1,000 views on that, maybe 500 in your first 48 hours. If you want to be performing at like average levels, or I didn't say average, maybe even above average levels, right? Mm-hmm. If you've got 10,000 Instagram followers and you post a new post and you get 27 likes, and I'm not mentioning any names, you've got a bunch of people following you that just don't care about your content.
Right. Exactly. And that's where like I think a lot of people, 7-8 years ago were buying. Those are the worst because they're coming out of those farms that are just garbage and they never engage. They're fake accounts. And so I was glad that when Twitter did their whole removing of those accounts, that we saw major celebrities, lose, 25-30% of their following overnight because those things were taken away. But so when we looked at the data, she popped that up. Melissa popped up that quick one. There's no data on that, but on each account, we grew a lot. Our follower account, like for Agora Pulse, I actually tested this on Agora Pulse's account. We grew our Twitter account by 39%. By doing the follow and follow. So we actually saw growth on it. The Instagram account had 192% growth over that 4 months time period. And some of that is due to just life in general and being known more and posting good content. Right. But we were doing this at the same time. But when it was all said and done, we also saw an increase in our engagement too. So I was wrong on that spot. I really thought our engagement would kind of be meh or wouldn't really percentage-wise line up, but we did see an increase in our engagement. Now, was it in the 192%? No, it wasn't. And so I think you're saying, I think it was like 7 or 8% more engagement, which tells me, you got more followers, but they may not be interested in engaging with you yet and immediately. So you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said about dialing in your posts too, right? It's this
right.
All of these dials that need to be switched. And Melissa, if you could crank my mic up a little bit, the audience is saying that my mic is a little bit low. It might also be that it's a little bit farther away from me today because it's the first of the year. And we
everything's falling apart.
Dusted off the studio. Yeah, exactly. Things are just getting started. In fact, I'll tell you. Let me ask the audience this. I want to ask you guys watching us right now. What is the hardest habit for you to get back into first of the year? Is it waking up early, eating healthy? I know for me, like putting down the chocolate has been. I didn't even care for chocolate until like 3 years ago. But now it's just like, are there truffles left? You know what I mean? And so that's one of the hard things for me. Want to say what's up to Tony Schmidt, Dreama Moon, my favorite college professor, Mike Davenport and Joshua Wethington logging in. Great to have you guys here. Thanks for joining us today. So, Scott, you've also got some other great stuff. So you learned that the follow-unfollow strategy works. Right, but it doesn't guarantee. You've still got to be dialing in your content and making sure that your content is right for those people. What else have you learned from studying the top performing blog posts on the Agora Pulse website?
Yeah, our second most popular blog post was probably one of our most controversial, at least in the social media space. It was one on should you put the hashtags in Instagram posts in the comments or in the post itself. A lot of people have taught this for a long time that you should stuff it down into the comments so no one sees them. And so we test this across multiple accounts to see if it mattered or not. Are you going to get more reach or more engagement by putting it into the comments versus the original post? And what we found, just to kind of the TLDR, is that is that we had 29.41% higher reach when we put the hashtags in the original post versus going back and stuffing it into the comments or hiding it into the comments. So, I mean, our conclusion there was put it out there when you put the original post out there, put that hashtag into the post. Don't try to go back and do it in the comments later because you're going to lose out on those search traffic and the search option because hashtags are all about search and getting discovered. And so that was a real crucial thing for me to make sure that people know that you don't need to put it in the comments. Your followers don't care that you're using a hashtag. It's all about people finding you.
Yeah, okay, so that's big. And takeaway number 3 from the third blog post that you studied, of the top 3 blog posts, what did you find out?
The third one was one on Facebook videos. We wanted to find out if people were really watching your Facebook videos. And Facebook has changed some of the data from this post since we made this post. But, you've got 3-second views, 10-second views, 1-minute views. You have all these weird data from Facebook. And I think Facebook's data in general on videos is just awful.
Really?
I don't like it
now, a year into the show.
Right.
It's fantastic.
Right. No, I think they inflate it. They make you feel good. Like you've got 10,000 views and it's 3 seconds and they saw it in the news feed and they never watched the video.
Yeah.
They just happened to see it. Especially if they had autoplay turned on their phone. And so we kind of dug in a bunch of data from multiple pages. And you got to look at, when you're looking at Facebook videos, you need to dive in a little bit more. If no one's turning the sound on, especially on a live video, that's not a view. They're not watching this video if the sound's not.
And what's interesting about that, Scott, and I'd love to hear from our community on this as well. When someone doesn't turn the sound on, it means that what they see is not enough. Isn't that interesting, right? They need to see something. That's part of why we do these opening hooks with the PowerPoint in the background, and then we have the bumper. We are trying to show you your eyes things that make your ears go, hey, I want to be a part of that. And so that connection between the senses, I think, matters incredibly when it comes to getting, it's not enough to just say, hey, tap on. I see some of these ads in my newsfeed that are like, hey, turn the sound on, right? And it's just like, why? Right? Yeah. Like, how about enticing me? Right? Reel me in, as opposed to, it's kind of like you go fishing and you're just like, bite the hook. Eat the worm,
yelling at the fish.
Give them a
and I think that's too. That's why a lot of people in videos now that they're uploading videos to Facebook, we're doing captions so much because that no one's turning the sound. When only like 3% of viewers are turning the sound on your video, you've got to kind of get their attention somehow. And I think that's why people like Quick, have come out there and they get the captions automatically for you in your videos you upload because you've got to get the attention because people aren't turning the sound on your uploaded videos on Facebook. Now, live videos get a much more in the live setting. Replay, maybe not as much because, again, they're seeing it in that scroll. And so that was what the whole study on that one was about. But it's interesting. That one's still getting a lot of traffic. People, I think, are still confused by Facebook data when it comes to videos. And so that was our top 3 blog posts.
Yeah, because Facebook is kind of like your mom. And my good friend Sean Cannell just referred me to a book called The Mom Method, which is it's all about your mom is going to say the things that it's good, sweetie. It's so good. I love what you're doing. And Facebook does that. Facebook wants to make you feel like everything you're doing. Always teasing Melissa about when to cue the graphics. Time-tested strategies work. Be wary of newfangled, untested hype that will waste your time and energy. Time-tested strategies like hashtags, the follow, unfollow. These things might feel weird to you, but they do work, and you should be using them in your social media marketing. So let's put that graphic up one more time. Rule number 1 is time-tested strategies work. Be wary of newfangled, untested hype that will waste your time and your energy. And here, can you see my little fingers kind of popping up on the side? We're just first show of the year, folks. We're doing really well. That brings us into pillar number 2. And for pillar number 2, Scott, you went into our top performing podcasts of 2019. Talk to us about the 3 top performing podcasts and what you learned there.
Yeah, if you don't know, we do a podcast. My co-host on that one is Richard Beeson, and he works with me at Agorapulse. Got a voice made for radio, not a face made for TV. But sorry, I love you, Richard. So we've been podcasting longer than we've actually been doing this live show here. So we started podcasting from the very first blog post that we've done. And podcasts are still huge. They're still kind of new-ish. They're getting a lot more people looking at them more now. So if you're not doing a podcast, I'd really recommend that you do a podcast. But our number 1 podcast that was listened to in 2019 was one on, does the length of a Facebook post matter or not? And so what this test was doing, I tested, and I'm getting a lot of echo. I think someone said that in the comments as well. We tested 140 characters or less versus over 140 characters. On multiple Facebook pages to see if it mattered. Does size matter? We use that. I think you might remember that, Owen. We use does size matter a couple of times as our title on our live shows. And so what we found in this is that when we use the posts that were under 140 characters, actually received 50% more comments, almost 35% more reach, and about 91% more likes. And so that's a huge difference in the numbers there. And so it seems, based on the study that we did and the data that we have on this test, that less is more when it comes to Facebook posts. And so you want to make sure, maybe keep it shorter, unless you can get people to read it. I think those long blog looking posts on Facebook don't work as well today as they did before. So shorter was better on this test.
I'm so interested to hear that, because I've seen Adam Urbanski, who's a great business coach, and I've seen even Jeff Hunter do some of these longer posts, but in stories in Facebook